Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Twice in a week.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on. You could start this friendly.
Halfway through November. How's
Okay,
your retail hell going?
Yesterday was a lot. I had some help to redo the store. So I've said this before, like one of the executives of the company lives and has a home on the Cape. So she does a lot of her holidays here. So conveniently, I always see her on like the worst days of the year that you like want executive to come in and assess your store and team and talk about sales, right?
So glad you're here.
It's always like Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July, Labor Day weekend, and Thanksgiving weekend, right? So usually she stops in on Black Friday. It's like her way of participating. Last year she was opening shipment in my stockroom with her husband. And I was like,
nice.
Sure, but also like not helpful. Like she's just opening it and then putting it in piles. And I was like, at least when we open it, like there's a system. Like you just created your own standard operating procedure, which you think is helpful. But I can't tell you that it's actually not helpful at all. Because you're like my boss's 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 boss. So
right.
Like I'm gonna just be quiet here. So I don't think we'll have that problem this year, but we're just trying to like get the store and ship shape and get it going after I've been gone for so long. Get it all put back together all pretty, and then hopefully nobody touches it for 2 weeks. Just kidding. Please come shop. Please buy it all. I'll fix it again. So that's this week. Yeah. Next week is Thanksgiving, which is insane.
I know. I'm mentally not prepared for it. We're sneaking away this weekend to go to Maine. For my son's birthday. So I'm excited about that.
I forgot about that. That'll be fun.
I'll have like a full day, pretty much 20 hours of not work. So that's exciting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. We'll take it.
There's no such thing as work-life balance anymore for me. It's more like work-life harmony.
Yeah.
I'm just accepting the things that I've got on my plate right now. And it's just going to be balls to the wall until December 17th.
Yeah.
And then I'll be okay.
When you run a business and then the text messages just do not stop. They just do not stop. And of course, like I work for a corporate company, right? Like I should have, there's a lot of leaders out there who have this like clock in, clock out mentality. And that's just not me. And now I made connections with 2 different teams and I support the district in a huge way. So it's like every few minutes, my phone's blowing up with somebody. And it becomes so mentally taxing to have half of your brain in the business constantly, no matter what you're doing. It's really, really hard. It's really hard.
I need a new like organizational system going on. We've known that for a long time, but now it's exacerbated.
Yeah, the team on the Cape makes fun of me because like I do nothing but run the business on sticky notes on the bottom, like all along the bottom of the computer. I'm like, it's the only thing I really know I can do. Yeah.
This is half my brain. That is half my brain today.
It's okay. As long as it's there and you can look at it, it's fine.
Right.
We're
yeah. I can refer back to these and then crumble them up and move them out of my space when they're done.
I feel like sticky notes should make like a specific kind of sticky note for like this kind of person. Like not like a boss babe sticky note, but like kind of a boss babe sticky note. Like I don't need it pink and I don't need it to say anything.
I wish I could just erase them so that I could reuse them. Like, leave them here. Like this is my tiles.
Yes.
When I wipe them clean, then my day can begin.
And I'm sure Windows and Google and Apple are yelling at us. Like we have apps for that. And we're like,
nah. I'm a tactile learner. I need to have it. I need to touch it.
Windows is like we literally have digital stickies.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was at your old stomping ground the other day at the college yesterday.
Oh, so when I was working up in Hanover, I was right on Dartmouth College, like right on the campus. I missed school. Is that normal?
I mean, a lot of people have a safe space there. I feel like you were there for a long, long time, learning all kinds of things and getting extra degrees.
Yeah, I just kept going back because I loved it. I loved the professors. I was like, yeah, I'll take your next class. Yeah. I'm obsessed. So what's going on there? Anything?
No, I was just talking to the new podcasting class and the new radio kids. And I've got one of them, Student of the Week, coming on with me on the radio.
Do you use me as an example? Like I used to have a Student of the Week and now she's stuck with me forever.
Well, I love the fact that they pulled up our pod to show them examples. So by the time I got there, they were already prepped and talking about our promo from last episode.
about boyfriend, not boyfriend. Being like, this is what I branded myself as. Oh my God.
I even specifically left the word out. So I thought that was really funny that Professor was using that as an example of all the things you could make. I was like, wow, I gotta tell Tori.
It's so embarrassing.
You don't know. This is how Tori and I met. She was my student of the week from the college. And then I was like, you want to come back and hang out? Cause we've had.
Yeah. It was like a phone call. I was like, I don't know what we're doing. You're like, I'm just gonna hit record, keep talking. And then by the end of the 2 hours, you were like, I'm gonna keep you. And I was like, I don't really know what that means, but sounds great. Whatever we're doing.
Even Professor Z is like, you're the one who got her out of her shell. I'm like, that was in there. I don't know why no one noticed that. That's been there the whole time.
in Professor Z's defense, she was like, write a public service announcement. Because like that was the class. So there I was being like, and on the 3rd of December, like I had to like make it professional for the class point. Like how she wasn't really asking for my personality. And then she started to, but I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then you came
and
along.
You're a chronic overthinker, over planner, over strategizer. So to have someone like me that's like, get in there, let's go. Like, why do I have to do that?
Throw me into the fire. Yeah, constantly.
But that's the only way you learn. My brother calls it forced growth.
Yeah. It's like when my dad taught me how to drive, and he took me to a beach on like the south side of the Cape, big parking lot. And then suddenly I was at the Rotary in Hyannis, and I was like, this was not what I wanted first day. But listen, now I drive that Rotary every day. So.
But now it's a comfortable factor. You have to do it at least once, twice, 15 times before you get comfortable with it. So
let's go back to this. Were the kids like, LOL, that's cute? Were they like, that's actually so embarrassing for that 30-year-old woman? Like, what? What did they?
They were all laughing about it. They were, genuinely inquisitive about it.
All right. Well, next time if you go back to that college, let me come. Come to class and be like, let me explain real quick.
The girl that I'm having on the student of the week next week, actually, I think it's after Thanksgiving, the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, is sparks of Tori. So we'll say yes.
That's funny.
She's like, I've got a pop culture pod. And I was like, really?
Do you want to come on and talk to us? That's be great. That's fun.
I know. Well, we should definitely have her on if she gets here early enough. We can chat with her. So you can just be like, hello, former me. You're gonna be great.
Weird.
Give her a pep talk.
I know. So it's funny because I'm thinking about going back to school. Like being on the Dartmouth College, like I just loved it so much and I miss academics. I'm thinking about like, I can continue. I can pick up a couple classes. And is anybody shocked? No. I'm like, I took like a year off from not taking classes. Now I'm ready, like kind of get back in. And the question is like, which direction? Like I have, so far, like I've started business and I've started psychology and now I have all this stuff in communications. So I'm like,
but I feel like they all go together. I mean, they're all necessary to run a business. If you're eventually looking to do your own thing one day, all of those together are like what is needed at this point.
Yeah. I'm leaning away from business because I don't want to take the accounting classes.
It's sucky, but you got to know it too. So
yeah, well, one thing at a time. But I'm like I'm now here.
Calculators and accountants.
I know, right? Can I hire somebody for that?
Yes, you can get those professionals. The number one paid job in the United States right now is an actuary. So, I mean, if you've got great number skills.
They're mediocre. But anyway, we'll see.
They're making big bucks, One of our friends, actually my husband's business partner's son, who I grew up with because his mom was also my boss at the radio stations, is, great life of privilege. But at this point, he's turning down offers from Major League Baseball teams because he is an actuary. It is like Moneyball, and he's designed a system around it. And sky's the limit for this kid.
Insane.
And it's just so exciting to see someone who's great at numbers just really thrive in a really cool environment. Plus, he's just a really cool person. So it's
That's
exciting to
awesome.
see. I
I
know.
love to see people's success. That's
But
awesome.
you never know where that area of your smarts or avenues of your education in Massachusetts right now, where we are, is offering so many free tuition options.
Programs. There's so
And
many programs now.
it's getting bigger next year as well, where if you're over 25, you can go to any community college for free.
It's unbelievable. I wit. Okay, let me
Free.
tell us to that. I wish I had that when I was
Yeah,
finishing
you
high
can go,
school,
but
but
that's what I'm
it's
saying. If you wanted to go back and start something completely new, you can do
completely different.
so
Yeah,
for free.
it's really cool, and I mean, I will sing Four Seasons praises from the top of my lungs, like,
Yeah.
every single day, like, that I had such a good experience at that college. It's truly, like, you get what you put into it, and if you're willing to commit and willing to try and engage with your professors and respect them and get something back for them, they'll give you the world, and I
Mhm.
just, like, Professor Z was one of them, for sure, who, like I had a few communications teachers over the course of my life and psych teachers who did the same thing, and, I just attribute it to, like, if you build it, they will come, and
Mhm.
I can't recommend it enough.
She's
Can't
also
recommend it enough.
communicative gypsy, so
True.
I absolutely adore her.
I
Shout
know.
out to Professor Z.
She's amazing. We met in your house, and
Yeah,
I, like, didn't really put it together because 'cause I've seen her online. We've had I had, like, 3 classes with her, and then suddenly we were in your living room, and you were like, "You guys haven't met?" And I was like, "Nope,
it
this
blew
is my
my mind
professor."
because we
Yep.
all met during COVID. Well, I've known Lisa for 25 years, but
Yes.
that just
I entered
that
the world.
happenstance, that moment happened
Mhm.
during COVID, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, you've never actually seen each other or met each other in real life?"
Nope.
Like,
Zoom meetings and
it was
radio
wild.
meetings and yeah, crazy. Alright, should we get into what's roasting today?
Let's do it, shall we? Well, we didn't get a chance to get into
Yeah,
the
mostly just
Grammy
Grammy noms.
nominations.
That's all I really
Mhm.
got for us today.
That's
Because
okay.
I have a lot to say because it's making me think of the CMAs. So the CMAs were a couple weeks
Tori,
ago.
you have a lot to say? Kidding. Go. Look at her.
So
I'm gonna have a coffee.
yeah. So the big like headline of all the Grammys is Morgan Wallen was snubbed, but
Again, right?
but he did in fact get a nomination. So I'm confused where this headline is coming from. I think he was nominated for like Song of the Year in Country. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I just would like to know why we're putting out false news.
Maybe because it's an intention grabber. You know that that's the society in which we live, is if we see this, like, salacious, ridiculous thing, like, "How is he snubbed again?"
Best country song, Morgan Wallen last night.
Was it just so he's in there?
Correct. He's got a nomination. So I don't understand the point of like Morgan Wallen snubbed. Like, well, why? Where are you snubbed? Because I don't know if the concept of the Grammys to me is so interesting because I feel like it should be not only American music but also globally because it has that much prestige.
Mhm.
And I think when it comes to American music, like Morgan Wallen definitely has a space. When it comes to global music, I find that there are other artists that are bigger and that get sidelined into certain categories. And I think country is kind of on that same boat. So country music very rarely gets the like record of the year, entertainer of the year, song of the year categories because they have their own section in country.
Yeah.
Pop usually takes over that category, even though pop also has its own section and has its own. But then you'll see the same thing with Latin music. Like, why did Bad Bunny not get? And then, like, I'm not the biggest Bad Bunny fan, but I recognize how global of a
Yeah.
star he is. Why did he get no nominations in any of those major, like, overall categories? I don't quite understand the decision making process for like who makes it and why and what the parameters are. And then also, can we real quick explain to me the difference between record of the year and song of the year?
It's the whole album.
No, that's album of the year. Record of the year is an individual track. But how is that different than song of the year?
You got me.
Okay. Well, you should know. You work in this business.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Like the
But I
Grammys
don't know
forever.
the difference between record and maybe it's just single.
Or
I'm not sure.
the other thought I had was record of the year is honoring everybody that made the track versus song of
Yeah,
the year is
probably.
honoring the vocal, the singer.
Yeah. Record deals with a specific recording of a song and recognize the artists, producers, and engineers.
And
So
then
that is the
songwriter's got to
difference.
be the
Yeah.
singer and the songwriter, probably.
Right. So it's just the song
Interesting.
versus the record. So
Okay.
every bit of it. So that's nice when the production company, the engineer, the recording, all of that is recognized.
Yeah, and it should be, especially now considering so many places are so much of that is so important because there's so many people that are putting out EPs anyway that would not be eligible for that.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, a lot of our new artists lean heavily into their production team to make them sound a lot better, different.
Well, I think we always have, but I think it's
polished.
Yeah, I think artists have really heavily since the 90s. Like think about like Britney Spears and NSYNC and Mariah Carey and like all those major pop vocalists that like relied so heavily on
Shine It Again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's more recognized now probably that the like scientific engineering side of music. Maybe.
We call that a little zhuzh. I needed a lot of zhuzh.
More than a little zhuzh. So, Record of the Year nominees are Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For, which was from Barbie. Boy Genius, Not Strong Enough. John Baptiste, Worship. Miley Cyrus, Flowers.
Sidebar. John Baptiste, he was, I don't know what news program he was on. This man is such an incredibly talented pianist. I saw him rolling through different genres. He started playing for Elise and he goes, now make it jazz. Now make it Latin. Now make it whatever. Any different sort of genre of music, like while playing seamlessly, just changing it up. It was absolutely incredible to watch.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I had so much more
respect.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure.
For John. Yeah, for sure.
Miley Cyrus, Flowers. Olivia Rodrigo, Vampire. SZA, Kill Bill. Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero, and Victoria Monet on My Mama.
Yep.
I think half of these are a throwaway. Like half of these are like not songs that I have heard of. And I feel like if you're nominated for a Grammy, you need to be able to catch your 30-year-old woman demographic.
Well, I mean, we have to recognize that not all of this music is for everyone, right?
Yeah, but I don't think like Olivia Rodrigo Vampire, like it's a great song. I don't think it needs to be nominated for Record of the Year.
But also like people like Jelly Roll, who has technically been putting out music since 2003.
And was
for whatever reason is now on the scene.
He won.
If you don't know him, you don't know him. That's crazy.
He won Best New Artist for at the CMAs and overtook Zach Bryan, which I'm shocked about because I think he should have gotten the CMA for that award. He's been all over. He popped off like crazy. He's an actual brand new artist. I just couldn't imagine a world where he wasn't going to win that award. And I can't believe Jelly Roll took it home. But at least Jelly Roll was nice enough to go up and be like, yo, Zach Bryan, like, you're insane, man. Like, this should be yours. So I appreciated that. But same thing. Jelly Roll got the nomination this year in the Grammys too. And I hard disagree. Like, I think he's been out since 2003. He's had his moment. He's tried to be a new artist. Like, you want to have such great music that you're nominated for other categories. Great. Best New Artist. Why? Just because you happen to pop off 20 years later? I don't think that's relevant. Is that rude?
No, it's not rude. Maybe there needs to be another sort of, wow, you finally made it.
Right.
What's the award for that?
Like the Redemption Grammy or
something.
And I just think like this category should go to Noah Kahan. Like hands down.
I don't know who that is, so I'll lean onto you.
Yeah, you do.
Country music artist.
Season is his major. He's not country. He's like kind of Americana folksy, but with a pop to it. I think him or Ice Spice. I think Ice Spice was a big deal for a long time, but I can see that she's like a particular taste. I think
she has a McDonald's meal. She doesn't need a Grammy. She's good.
True. Yeah, and I don't know if she's put out enough music to consider something being Grammy worthy yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I feel like you have to like have some under your belt a little bit.
Right, which is why you're complaining about some of these artists that are being nominated.
Yeah, who's Fred again?
I don't know.
And the Warren Treaty is not new.
Yeah, no, they're not new.
Great, beautiful, unbelievable, highly recommend. Go and listen to their stuff, but not new.
Right.
And Victoria Monet? Who is that? Do I know anything by them? Her? It? Do we know?
No, I don't know her.
So, song of the
Truly new
year.
on the scene. I don't know.
Yeah, song of the year, pretty much everything. John Baptiste, Butterfly, Lana Del Rey, A&W, Flowers, Vampire, Kill Bill, Antihero, What Was I Made For, and Dance the Night. I think Billie Eilish is What Was I Made For should take that sweep, personally. Not that I'm not, I'm a Taylor girly. I just feel like I was disappointed to see that she only nominated Antihero for all this stuff and not any of the other tracks. Because
I'm anti-award show, so none of this really matters to me. I think this is all crap.
What was the last one you were at? Were you at
That's
something recently?
different. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, very different. That is honoring people for their like lifetime achievements of you made all of this cool stuff. And then it went to influencers and all this other stuff. It's not like you're just getting nominees or recording. You know what I mean? It's not about the number of sales. It's about your musicianship. So it's very different.
Well, how do we know the Grammys are about number of sales and not musicianship overall?
I think it's a pack of lies.
Well, no, it 1,000% is, but it's something fun to talk about. But I do want to go back and say, like, Record of the Year and Song of the Year did not have Luke Combs on it for Fast Car, which I was shocked because that song
was like, God, that song.
I know. I'm sick of it. And I am probably one of the few people on earth that prefer the Tracy Chapman version.
Oh, I was so glad when it didn't get any nominations. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. There's a grace.
Palmer plays this song all the time. So I grew up with this song, and even when Palmer played it like hit a chord wrong and bugged me. So I
love Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. Luke Combs didn't change enough for me to
make
warrant
it different. Yeah.
Good. It's kind of like when Weezer did Africa. I was like, oh, God, make it go away. Toto's was better. Leave it alone.
Tracy Chapman got an award at the CMAs for songwriting on that song. Tracy Chapman did, which I think is cool. Like, somebody else covered your song, made it big, and then you went back and won the award. Now that people know what it is. Cool. Love it. But I agree with you. It's not my favorite, but seeing how it's taken the world and how popular it is and how it's on, regardless of the fact that it's a country song, it's on almost every like serious genre station. Like, it's on everything. I was shocked to see it not nominated anywhere in the Grammys. That's all.
Well, I'm glad because it's been there. We've done this. It's no one was giving Weezer Africa awards.
Okay, those performances are very different.
Times. No, I don't think they were. From the original quality, to what it was?
In song quality, though? In production quality?
Yeah. And popularity, this is the same sort of situation just a decade later.
All right.
And you know what I mean? It was a nice homage. Remember the band Toto. Remember Tracy Chapman. Move on because it was still their song.
It is a little bit like
better.
Can't you go win things for your own stuff? Because these songs have already been out. Like, can
make
you be a little bit
new.
creative?
Can we make something new?
Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, that's all I got. That song wasn't even on Best Country Song. Like, it wasn't nominated like at all across the board, which I just thought was interesting. And Luke Combs didn't get any CMAs either, which I thought was interesting.
I don't even know who Luke Combs is if he fell on me. Isn't that awful? And I know he's popular. I'm not.
Yes, you would. You would. If I played you a song of his, you would know.
Oh, no. I know what some of his songs are. I'm saying I couldn't identify him in a lineup.
Oh, I went to his concert in the pouring rain this summer.
Was it great?
That? Actually, no, it was not. But
was it because of the company you were with, or is it just because it was not great?
I was there with Friend Zone Jake, so no. But the company was great. It poured, and he couldn't.
That was like every week in the summer, though. It was terrible.
So he couldn't really continue the show. So we sat around for like 45 minutes waiting to see if he would come back and the rain would pass. And then like he came back on and did another song and then left. And I think he did the best he could. And I think Gillette was probably pushing him a little bit to like close or stop or whatever. However, how do you do that at Gillette and close your show for rain right after Taylor Swift put her entire 4-hour show on in the pouring rain.
Ruined all of her instruments.
Correct. Like, it was a little bit like, oh, your guitar is getting wet. Oh, sorry. And for me, it was a little bit like, bitch up. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, I paid money for these tickets. Please play. And you just walk away having like more respect for Taylor Swift because he's standing there with a guitar and is like, I'm too wet to sing. And Taylor Swift's like, don't worry about it. Lights, camera, action, music, go.
I know.
Blow up things, streamers, confetti, sparkly outfits, doing it in heels. And I'm like, okay, there's no comparison. You can't.
No. Well, she was also not going to return that money and she was not going to come back. So we have no time for this. We're doing it.
I suppose, but in Argentina, she swapped nights. One of her shows got canceled for rain with the stadium, so she just like added a night on the end and the stadium just let her do it. So
that's
I don't
awesome.
know. She can kind of do whatever she wants. She's got a few noms. I don't know if she'll clinch any Grammys because I just don't think like Antihero is the best of her tracks.
Right.
But,
it's catchy.
Yeah.
It became a catchphrase. So was it the best of her tracks? Probably not, but it once again resonated with people.
However, it'll be bizarre in overall theory if she walks away from this year without a Grammy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she'll get it.
I think as a pop culture moment, she should be getting a Grammy within 2023 for all the work to represent all of the work that she has done across the board of the music industry and the impact she has made. Is it worth like it for this, maybe this track? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, who did not utter the phrase, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me this year?
I know.
Hello.
Do you think we'll get a red carpet moment at the Grammys with her and boyfriend?
People are speculating that there's going to be an engagement by May.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know.
Bananas. That's too much for me.
I don't think so. I think you know or you know. I knew that I was going to marry my husband in 3 months.
Yeah, but you can't draft a prenup that fast with all of her assets.
No, well, Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift once again. If she wants it, she'll get it done.
I guess so. All right, that's all I have to say on the Grammys. Oh, and then, by the way, they're not till February. So thank you for making me talk about this right now, and then I have to pretend I forgot about it and don't remember it until flipping February. So technically, this is 2024 Grammys.
That's okay. The nominations are out. What do you have with that Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson?
Oh, there's all this stuff going on. I was going to ask you, I figured you would have more of it. There's all these allegations going back and forth about abuse.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on. I thought you would know. So that was my question mark.
No, I don't really. I haven't been following it too closely. I just know that this relationship is sideways. And it's people when they are in a relationship that goes south for whatever reason, start pointing fingers. You did this to me. You did this to me, but they have a child.
It seems to me that if I put all the headlines together, he's abusive and weird and controlling, and she's trying to get out, and he's causing further problems, is from kind of what I can gather, but I know for sure.
Well, there's always two sides, his, hers, and the truth.
Yeah,
I don't know what that looks like.
He came out with some weird comment on Instagram about something she was wearing. She was wearing like a sheer panel dress, and he made some weird comment about it, which just like reeked of like controlling male behavior. So I feel like there's some truth to this, but so many accusations going back and forth. I'm wondering if we'll get a clear path to it, or if it's just going to be like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then quiet, like we saw with Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner.
That's what always happens. And now they're back together or getting back together, supposedly. I don't know.
Who?
Nick Jonas and Sophie Turner.
No way. Oh, Joe Jonas. But no way.
That's what I saw, the latest. I don't know if it's real or not, but I was just like, okay. Could you have your fights in less than a public situation where you're like burning it down and then you're like, we're fine?
I can't.
I don't know if that's real or not, but we got to get to weird news before we go, because I definitely wanted to talk about it. Oh, I don't know. I sort of got lost in this episode because a lot got added. Oh.
Women's Social Security benefits cut off after bank declares her dead. That's not great. Was she actually dead?
No. Michelle McKenney doesn't know how much longer she can get by without her Social Security benefits for herself and her son. And she's only got a 13-year-old son. She had mistakenly been declared deceased twice when she thought she had fixed an issue, somebody stole her identity.
I was going to be like, that sounds like identity fraud.
Yeah. Oh, it totally was. And she wasn't the one doing it.
It's not great identity fraud because if you're dead, nobody has access to any of your money.
So apparently somebody at Bank of America reported her dead. And she says she has documentation that was provided to prove she died and was told to prove that she was alive and was told no.
Can you imagine that phone call to customer service? Like, then I understand that you have this certified letter here telling me I'm dead, but I am here, in fact, alive.
Right here.
To you.
She had to go to the Social Security office, prove that she was alive. Like I had we were audited, I feel like about a decade ago. And then we had to prove our children were ours. And it was like the most ridiculous of processes. So
how do you do that?
It was foolish. We had to go to their doctors. We had to go to like all the places that they had been seen to prove that these are in fact our children. It was insane. It was crazy.
I can't imagine.
Trust me.
Really,
I don't have to feed him anymore. Not a problem.
Exactly. Like, you mean I don't have to buy them those sneakers that they want? Great.
Not an issue.
Like, I promise you they're my dependent, regardless of the fact that they are potentially my child or not my child. I am paying a shit ton of money for this kid. It is a dependent of some kind. It is relying on me for life.
So it's totally insane. Consumer investigator reached out to the bank, the Social Security Administration. They're both reaching out to escalate the investigation. It's not like she can pay for anybody to help her because she's got no money. Oh, God. I mean, it's not funny to laugh about, but also it's horrible. And I don't know how in this state of life where we have everything electronically, we can't just fix this when she's a human being. Like, does she have to give her DNA? Does she have to prove she's her? Like, it's really kind of crazy when someone steals your identity like that.
Imagine how that feels though. Like, I literally suddenly don't exist and I'm dead. Like,
I don't know, Tori.
I was watching Netflix and then one day, and can you go back to the bank and be like, cool. If I'm dead, that's
no debts here.
Can I start over?
Yeah.
Can I get a new name? Can I get a new social security number? Can I just like refresh start this right here? Like, Gonzo.
Clearly her identity was a lot better than mine because I think I would just walk away from it going, next.
Oh, something new. Can I keep my family and friends and just like change everything up? Although I do like my name. I'll keep my name if I could, but.
You can.
Okay.
All right, that's all we got. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, The First Shot Morning Show. Where are we on Friday?
To be determined.
Okay. Okay. Love that. There'll be an episode. We just don't know where yet.
Correct.
Okay. Amazing. Love that.
Bye.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.